Hi, I'm Group 11.
I'm Ihan.
I'm Bruce.
I'm Yiqi.
I'm Qihui. I'm Jiahui. I'm Jasmine.
Located at the heart of Southeast Asia, Singapore ports handled more than 30 million TEU throughput for the past year. PSA was established in 1964 as a single authority to focus on its primary role of administering Singapore port and is currently ranked second worldwide. The main core business of PSA is transshipment, where containers from small feeder vessels are loaded onto bigger vessels. There are a total of 6 terminals in PSA. There are Tanjong Pagar, Keppel, Brani, Sembarang Wharves, Pasir Panjang and Pasir Panjang Automobile. The 6 terminals in PSA are divided into 3 categories. They are city, future, and multi-purpose terminals. City terminals are the first 3 ports that contributed to Singapore's success in being the world's busiest port. Pasir Panjang Terminal was built to raise Singapore's container handling capacity. PSA plans to move all port operation from the city to future terminal by 2020, while the multi-purpose terminals enable PSA to provide other services. A new port is being constructed at Tuas and will be completed by 2040. It will increase port's capacity to 65 million.
Port of Colombo is the busiest and largest port in Sri Lanka. As of 2018, the port has handled a transshipment of 2.73 million TEUs. It's an excellent logistic hub as it connects the Indian subcontinent to South Asia, Europe, and America. The Port of Colombo is a total of 4 terminals, and as of March 2018, the Sri Lanka Ports Authority, John Keells Holdings, and China Merchant Ports Holdings have agreed to collaborate all terminals together. In 2008, the government unveiled the Colombo Port Expansion Project with the aim of increasing annual capacity from 4.5 million TEUs to 11.7 million TEUs. The main focus of CPEP was to develop the South Harbour, located near west of the existing port, by constructing 3 new terminals as shown. According to a Drewry Port Connectivity Index, the Port of Colombo was ranked as a top connectivity port in South Asia in the 4th quarter of 2017.
Now, let's compare the port facilities between the 2 ports in terms of the number of berths, their handling capacity, and their quay length. First, let's compare the number of berths. PSA has 67 berths as compared to Colombo of having only 14 berths. The quay length of PSA is about 13,278 meters longer than the quay length of Colombo. The handling capacity of Colombo is 5,000 TEU, while PSA handles a capacity of 40,000 TEU. Moving on to port operations, we'll compare the differences in their daily operations, documentations required, and the type of technology used. The daily operations of Singapore consist of importing and exporting of goods for Southeast Asia country. As a transshipment hub, they also provide other services such as warehousing and vehicles transshipment. For Colombo, their operations require 24 hours clearance process to accommodate different types of cargo. Vessels calling to Singapore need to make notification and declaration prior, during, and within arrival. For vessels arriving at Colombo, they are only required to provide cargo information on the container's gross mass.
OBOR was introduced in 2013 by China President Xi Jinping. The purpose of the initiative was to solve China's domestic issues, to improve their economy, and to achieve better GDP. This strategy provides a win-win situation for many countries, attracting many attentions. It consisted of 2 economic belts, one route through the land and the other through the sea. It creates opportunity for trading of goods from China all the way to Europe, and a platform to interact and build connections with many other countries. To date, China has invested $1 trillion to support all other countries in infrastructure. There are 4 ends of OBOR, which is to come out with a bigger market which consists of local domestic goods, build strong ties between countries, improving economic wealth for all countries, and to construct rails and routes for unimpeded trade. China has invested their funds with many countries, which includes Thailand, Pakistan, and Cambodia. Their support thus far has received positive support and willingness to work with China.
Next, we will talk about the OBOR effects on Colombo Port. The benefits of OBOR are firstly, Sri Lanka's GDP has increased due to China's contribution in improving the infrastructure of Colombo Port. Secondly, there will be more opportunities for the land price to grow as the port will be connected to special economic zones. Thirdly, their trade and investment activities could be enhanced, which may bring more business to the port. As for the adverse effects, the Chinese firms has exercised control over shipping containers as they handle more containers in the port compared to other countries. In addition, majority of their newest equipment were made in China, which shows their influence in the port. The Colombo port handles more than 70% of India's transshipment containers. If China transformed the Indian Ocean into a Chinese naval base, Colombo's port operations could be affected. For the OBOR effects on Singapore port, the first benefit would be having more opportunities to do trading with other countries. With more countries investing in Singapore port, it will lead to better economic growth. One of the adverse effects on Singapore port may be attributed with the Kura Canal project. It is a shortcut route which bypass Singapore, resulting lesser ships to call at this port.
Our recommendations for Colombo Port will be to invest in new technologies to keep up with other leading ports, build up infrastructures to gain competitive advantage, and to develop a professional business-oriented approach to create awareness to other countries of this investment destination. Our recommendations for Singapore Port will be to use the latest technology to reduce manpower and increase productivity, constructing the transport to handle more cargoes, create more opportunities to transport goods to other countries in hope of attracting investors, and to utilize its big container as a competitive advantage to attract more investments.
Thank you for watching.